Hello, hello, hello. Happy December to everyone in the Winjet community. It's Angelo Cisco, co-owner and head coach of Alpha Hippie. And I'm super excited to have you guys with us. December is my favorite month of the year. It's my wedding anniversary, my birthday, my father's birthday, um, Frank Sinatra's birthday, and last but certainly not least, Jesus's birthday. So a lot of great birthdays and celebrations, and I imagine wherever you are in the world, December has some sort of holiday value as well. And it's the end of the year, right? We're here, another year of life on this planet as we know it, and moving into 2022. And it's very exciting times. I hope everyone sees it as exciting as I do, anyways. But it's a very big month, nevertheless. And I wanted to really unpack something I talked about with earlier. I have a beautiful coaching practice that Alpha Hippie has a program dedicated towards men. And then I also, after our program is done, I also have some one on one clients. And the one on one clients that I work with are very selective and people that I'm excited to really work with and see very much growth potential in them. And one of them is a CEO of a very big growing company. Revenue is around 30 million a year. And we wrapped up a call this morning, and I wanted to unpack one of the biggest things that we're working on and understanding. And it really hit him when I gave this illustration. And no matter where you are in your career, no matter where you are as a person, this is a real big thing to understand. And it's all centered around self care. Yet, I really wanted to give the importance of this and understanding this. First of all, to me, self care could look like anything that will help you grow and be in better harmony with yourself. It to me is self care. It's not always gentle per se. It could be rigorous. It could be gentle. It could be whatever you need to get tuned up to get back on the street, on your feet, and where you need to be. Some days for me, self care could be a massage, meditation, something very gentle. And some days it could be a aggressive, tough jujitsu session. It could be a tough session in the gym when I'm just laid up on the floor and I'm destroyed. Some days it could be a long walk. Self care to me doesn't have an identity. It is more than it's an umbrella of just taking time out of your day to take care of yourself. I personally believe that every day should have some form of intentional self care in it. And this diagram and demonstration that I'm about to go over is really important. So, back to my client. This man is the CEO, head of a wonderful company that he founded, and it's growing and innovating and raising money. They just raised another 20 million over the third into the early fourth quarter, and this guy is just continuing to grow and thrive in ways that I know that when he first started the company a little over 10 years ago, almost 11 at this point, that he did not even imagine. And along the way, many high performers forget the center of the spoke. And this is what we're going to talk about today is the center of the spoke. So I'm going to draw this diagram, and please forgive my lack of drawing abilities just for the sake of this idea. So let's say that our lives are one big circle. Okay, and this is the best freehand circle that I could try to give right away. All right. Now, every wheel, right? Every car has a center spoke or a hub, if you will, right here in the center, and then there's spokes. Now, depending on your car choice, you may have a lot of spokes, 5 spoke, or you doing that low rider, dirty, old school style. You got all the spokes and all that stuff. Some of you may have the spinner rims, whatever. The spinners were a big deal when I was younger. I remember when those first came out, those wheels were spinning. Nevertheless, let's not worry about the center spoke, but just understand that this is a part of the tire. Okay. Now, one spoke, we have our career or business, right? Whatever you're doing, let's just call this career biz, right? Now, some of you might be married, right? So you have your partner, husband, wife, etc. I'm just going to put partner here for the next one. Some of you might be parents, right? So I'm going to put parent in the next spoke. Then, more than likely, there's another spoke for being a friend. Okay. Now, you could continue to draw out this diagram as you see fit for your life. Yet, think about every spoke being a role that you take in your life. Okay. So, I'm an owner and head coach of Alpha Hippie. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a friend. I'm a son. Whatever roles that I take in this life, it represents a spoke. Now, spokes are really important, but nothing is more important than the hub being screwed on right and being there. If there's no hub, none of the spokes could ever really do their job of holding up the tire well and supporting it, right? They need the hub. So the hub represents the self. Okay. So in the center is, I wrote self here, or you could write yourself. You could write Angelo if you'd like. Okay. Angelo. Now, what often happens to a lot of high performers and even parents, mothers, I've seen this with, etc., is we tend to the spokes without tending to the hub. And although there could be a fire going on in one of the spokes, or it could be getting loose, yet if the hub is not screwed on right and tended to, who cares about the spoke? Not really who cares, but just what really needs to come first in your life. You, this hub, or all these roles and identities that you serve and or take on. And the truth is, it's the hub. Without a good latched on hub, everything properly placed, the spokes really don't matter. You could even have more spokes, all that, less spokes. But without this hub being tended to, it's really never going to hold up well over time. And a lot of people go into a new business venture and then they don't tend to their hub. They become a father and then they don't tend to their hub, or they become a mother and they don't tend to their hub. Now, this could work for a short period of time. Yet, if this prolongs that the hub is not tended to, what you wind up doing is not being able to even give the proper support, love, and or attention to the spokes. And how this shows up is in a variety of ways. One, you don't take care of yourself physically. Okay. I've seen a lot of people let go of their physical working out practice because they're starting a business, or this is going on right now in my business. I'm going to skip these workout days. And then all of a sudden, you're 15 pounds heavier. You started this business venture, and the next thing you know, you haven't been to the gym in 2 or 3 years. And at first, like I said, it may seem like only 1 day or 2 days and all that stuff. But as time goes on, this will become a habit. People have fallen into a pattern or habit of not tending to the spoke. I mean, to the hub, excuse me. People have not developed a proper habit of maintaining this connection no matter what. And the truth is that to me is complete bullshit. And no matter what excuse that you will present to me, I will always find it as bullshit. Even the ones that you give to yourself. Oh, I had this going on in the business. I had to go do this. No, 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 no. You didn't have to. You chose to. You chose to say no to you to say yes to something else. You chose to say no to you to say yes to something else. And the longer this goes on and the more this shows up in your life, you will see that you will lose yourself physically. Number two, you will show up in any of these areas with unkept and unworked emotions. So, here's a really good example for you owners, CEOs, anyone that manages a team, a parent. Have you ever brought on emotions or taken anything personally in a business meeting with your children, etc.? That I will bet you is more than likely a result of you not tending to your own hub. Because when you have taken care of you, your inner child, that little boy or girl that resides in all of us, knows that they have been seen and met. Their needs have been seen or met for the day, and that they're not ignored. What does a baby or a child do when when their needs have not been seen or met or given proper attention? They act out. They have a temper tantrum. They scream. They kick till they finally get the attention. And as adults, we may not have that animal primal acting out, yet we do it in other ways. And also, too, those of you that have bad habits as far as drinking, porn, gambling, any extreme behaviors, you're doing those as a way to avoid really taking care of yourself in a better way. And so take a look at yourself and look at your life and draw this diagram out really clearly and understand that if you want the best for the spokes, it all starts with the hub, and not creating healthy habits around this will destroy you. Now, as far as creating habits, here's how it should go. Create a habit or a way that you could do self-care no matter what it is, in a way that seems, when it starts, so easy that you would almost laugh at that you could do. So here's the for example, when I'm working with men and they haven't been to the gym in a long time, this is what I tell them to do. Wake up every day for the next 2 weeks, put on all your gym clothes, put on your gym shoes, get out of the house, drive to the gym, go to the bathroom in the gym, and then leave. Don't do one workout. Don't do anything. Just get up, put your gym clothes on, drive to the gym, go to the bathroom, and then come right back home. And you guys might be laughing at me and going, Angelo, what will that do? This will create the habit of you going to the fucking gym. That's it. You will get going to the gym. You will show up and do that. And then once the habit's there that you could show up at the gym 4 or 5, 3 to 5, whatever, 6 days a week, right? Then you could start adding things to it. But those of you that are ready to start your resolution and do these 12-week programs and 75 hard and 90 hard, you don't have the habit of doing it. Your body doesn't understand this. And what ultimately doesn't happen is you do not get a string of dopamine for showing up there. See, habits are created out of or strong habits. Eventually, the reason you keep them is because of dopamine. Dopamine is about reward and expectation. That's what the drug of dopamine that's inside of us all, right? This is why it's there. This is why you're addicted to social media. Any addiction, any habit, it's usually about a dopamine response. And so you need to learn to become addicted to just getting up and doing this. And then you could add more things on it over time. It may seem like you're starting slower, but the most important thing is that it doesn't end. Consistency over time is much more important to do this. You guys got it? It's not about taking on more than you could chew, a bigger bite of food. It's biting a small bite every day over time, and then eventually you'll be able to take on bigger bites. So focus on this. Take care of the hub. Learn how to create good, healthy habits, recreate good, healthy habits. And like I said, put the gym clothes on, start the car, drive to the gym every day at the same time. Go in there, take a quick piss, get back in the car, and you're going to start seeing that this is what you automatically do because your body's going to give you dopamine every time you do it. So there's going to be an innate reward that's built inside of your brain and your body's chemistry for you to show up and do this. One last thing before I sign off. Alpha Hippie's offering their first Cyber Monday deal in history. We're giving $1,000 off our coaching program for men. We begin in January. This deal is only good for this week. Please visit iamalphahippie.com to apply for our program. So when you apply this week, then you'll get on a call. Any applications that come in this week will qualify for the Cyber Monday deal. This is the first time we're doing this, everyone. I highly encourage any man out there. This is the gift you really need to be giving yourself this Christmas, and anyone else. This is the gift you need to be giving your husband, not that 75-inch TV at Walmart that you stood outside 12 hours for. Quit giving yourself bullshit and give yourself the good shit. I'll be with you guys next week. Have a great day. Alpha Hippie and Angelo Cisco out.
Podcast is brought to you by Winject Studios. We are an all-in-one educational platform for podcasters that revolutionizes how hosts leverage content to increase engagement with listeners, downloads, and income. We come together to focus on community, collaboration, and collective impact. For more information on how you can interact directly with our hosts, access exclusive live content with offers you can't get anywhere else from our official partners, join our purpose-driven community by visiting www.winject.com. If you're ready to build a career doing what you love, then we're ready to see you there.